What's the difference between a cash out and a streamlined refinance? Let's get after it. Hey, VA Nation, Jeff Newton here with National VA Loans powered by Stride Bank. And today we're going to ask the question, what is the difference between a VA cash out and a VA refinance? It's a great question and one that is, you would think, pretty easy to answer and wouldn't take a lot of explanation. But cash out, obviously, you're getting cash out. Refinance, obviously, you're just refinancing. So let's kind of break it down. The beauty of the VA loan is, number one, on a VA cash out, you can take up to 100%, use up to 100% of the equity in your home to pay off debt, to finance a vacation, to finance 401k, to pay your kids' college, to do a whole slew of, heck, to pull out cash to buy another property. We do that quite a little bit for people around, in the VA world. So a VA cash out is just simply that. You're going to do an appraisal. You're going to get the title work. You're going to do all the stuff that goes along with a VA home loan. And then you are going to extract equity. So let's kind of go through a scenario. Let's say you owe $250,000 on your home and the home is worth, $600,000. And you want to access, I'll say $100,000 to pay off some debt that you have, to free up credit cards, to maybe say you want to pay off an auto loan and get rid of it and you don't have to worry about it any longer. You can do that with that cash. There's nothing that says what you have to use the cash for. So you can do whatever you really need to with that cash and that equity that you're pulling from your home. Again, the VA does allow up to 100% VA finance or cash out financing. So you can utilize all that equity. We do a lot of this and we show people how not only can they pay off their home sooner by saving money on a monthly basis, by applying more towards principal. We see it all the time where people pull out a couple $100,000 in cash or $100,000 in equity, and then they pay off a bunch of debt that they're paying on. And those payments are, $1,500, $2,000 a month is what they're paying on a typical basis. Of course, their new mortgage payment saves them, $1,500, $1,200 a month, and they apply some of that money back in towards their equity or towards their principal, and they pay their house off in 18 years or 15 years, or sometimes even less than that. Just a perfect example. We did this for a friend of mine here in the Kansas City area. He's a veteran, and he pulled out $100,000 in equity. He bought his kid a car, 16-year-old that bought him a used car, and he paid off a lot of his debt. He was saving about $1,400 a month. I showed him how to take about $800 of that dollars, so he's still saving $600 a month out of his pocket. Took $800 of that, he applied it to his loan, and he's going to pay his house off in a half the time. Guys, it's pretty impressive how you can do that and use that equity for that. Okay, so that's the cash out. All right, let's look at the VA refinance or streamlined refinance, which is what they call it. So the VA streamlined refinance is just that. It's a streamlined refinance, and it allows you to take your interest rate, possibly a 7.5, even 6.75 in today's world, and lower that rate down to what the new market rate is, which could be at 6.25%, 6%, or even below. Typically, what we need to see is a savings of at least 0.5% on your interest rate. Now, that number is kind of arbitrary. That's the guideline set in place by the VA, but you want to make sure that you're recouping any costs and you're saving money on an actual basis. So the VA Streamline is really simple. You don't have to provide W-2s, pay stubs, anything like that. You don't have to get an appraisal at this point. What we're doing is just streamlining your current VA loan down to a lower interest rate to help you save money on a monthly basis. Guys, to give us a call to go over any of these programs, you can call us at 855-956-4040. It's going on right down there at the bottom of the screen. Of course, you can check us out online at nationalvaloans.com. A lot of great information there. Our YouTube channel, I'm going to go ahead and throw it up here for you. Our YouTube channel, to stay in touch with all the new information and all the current information for VA home loans, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/National VA Loans. Of course, tons of information on there. We try to put out new videos as often as possible to make sure that you're up to date with all the current information. And if you're like me and you just like to get stuff done, I'm going to put this at the bottom, nationalapplynow.com. Go and complete your mortgage application. One of our VA specialists will give you a call, go over all the different information for you, find out the best program for you, whether it's a VA streamline refinance or if you have the opportunity to use some of your equity to save yourself some money and really make you some money. There's ways to do that too, folks. 855-956-4040. Again, it's 855-956-4040. Till next time, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for all you've done for our country. You guys take care of yourself. God bless. We'll see you later.